Live from Hazard, Kentucky, this is Jammin John's Wrestling News. Here's your news for Friday, January 4th, 2019. With Kenny Omega dropping the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom 13, the speculation about his future has escalated. According to Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com, Omega was said to have given a fantastic offer by WWE. There is also speculation that Omega will be joining All Elite Wrestling, but his immediate future seems unclear at this time, with New Japan Pro Wrestling still interested in keeping him around. Also staying on the topic of AEW, during his recent podcast, Jim Ross addressed the rumors that he has involvement with All Elite Wrestling. Jim Ross said, "My name's been bandied around because my WWE contract ends in March. So what? I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not really concerned about it. I'm more concerned about celebrating my 67th birthday this week. I don't know what the future holds. It's not something I worry about. Many aspects of that are things I cannot control. I'm not going to invest a lot of time and drama and put my skin in the game in something I can't control or influence." Jim Ross also commented on AEW President Tony Khan by saying, "Very, very smart, very introspective, very analytical, very guarded and very prepared data-wise, but he's a huge fan and he has a unique instinct and perspective on wrestling." Thanks to WrestleZone.com for the quotes. And also, happy early birthday to good old JR. The WWE recently teased The Rock entering the Hall of Fame with a series of Instagram posts about 2019 predictions. One post was a poll that said, "The Rock will enter the Hall of Fame?" 87% said yes, 13% said no. Hey, it's something that is very, very, very well deserved. They should have put him in the Hall of Fame years ago, right after they put Stone Cold in. Alexa Bliss issued the following statement on Twitter: "My take on cyberbullying. Social media can be an amazing thing. It can be great for marketing your business or brand, keeping in touch with your friends or family, and used as a platform for things in your life that you're very passionate about. Social media is such a powerful tool. Sometimes too powerful. Social media has allowed people to judge, ridicule, and cyberbully people without any consequence. Social media gives anonymous people the power to spread joy, positivity, and love to those who need it, but also gives those anonymous people the power to ruin careers, reputations, and even lives. Cyberbullying has caused hurt on so many people to the point where kids don't want to go to school, and adults don't want to go to work or show their face in public. Cyberbullying causes people to shut themselves from their friends and family, delete their accounts, and even take their own life. There's people out there who find some kind of enjoyment in ruining other people's lives. Those people need to try to touch people's lives in a positive way. That tweet, post, or picture that you feel the need to share to make your life feel better can hurt someone irreversibly. With how powerful cyberbullying is, it takes one post to be the final straw to cause someone to feel like they need to end their own life. Don't let that post be yours." Very, very, very well said words from Alexa Bliss. Twitter account @BeltFanDan noted the following about the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. BeltFanDan said, "The old female penny-style tags were delivered early summer like I reported. WWE did not like the final product nor the reaction to the leak. The original plan was the Bayley and Sasha feud, and that was to lead to them winning the tag team championships around SummerSlam. The plans changed and reworked with Evolution in mind, then scrapped. New design belts were ordered as seen. Wildcat did them as well." Now, for those of you who don't know, that's Wildcat belts. "I was not told when to expect them, but Sasha and Bayley are still supposed to be heavily involved. This is not the first time WWE has had new belts made only to scrap them. Several years ago, they had a new ECW belt made with a diamond plate texture main plate and chain link side plates with removable nameplates. This belt was never used because apparently CM Punk did not like it. It resides today in the belt chest at WWE Warehouse. I was also told that both Raw and SmackDown tag belts will be changed to have removable team side plates, which I also reported over a year ago when the idea was brought up. This was also proposed for the United States Championship." The WWE announced the following today: "Let me tell you something, Mean Gene." So began many of Hulk Hogan's most memorable proclamations. making interviewer and backstage personality Mean Gene Okerlund a cornerstone of Hulkamania in the 1980s. Now, in the wake of Okerlund's recent passing, Hogan returns to WWE programming this Monday night on Raw to honor his longtime friend. In a Twitter post Tuesday night, Hogan called Mean Gene the best partner I ever had, while describing their incredible off-the-cuff chemistry during their backstage interviews. That synchronicity even led to an unusual tag team partnership when Hogan and Okerlund battled George the Animal Steele and Mr. Fuji in 1984. Their training sessions before that match were perhaps even more entertaining than the bout itself. Hey, those training sessions are pretty funny if you can find them on YouTube. Hogan and Okerlund's friendship spanned the decades, from WWE to WCW and back to WWE. On Monday night, Hogan honors his brother. Don't miss this milestone moment on Monday Night Raw beginning at 8/7 Central on USA Network. In a rare interview with On Its News Stories, The Undertaker was asked if he considered retirement during his career, and here was his response. The Undertaker said, "You know, at the tail end now, I really have to put everything into perspective, and what damage I'm doing at this point to myself and my life after wrestling. But when I was going full time, no. Even when the business took a real nosedive, you're thinking, okay, how are you going to get out of this? What are we going to do? We can work harder. The one thing I was really good at, and in my mind anyway, if anybody else feels that way is another story, but in my mind, I felt like it was always where I belonged and what I should be doing. Obviously, there were times where money was, but instead of, man, I need to get me a job at the Jiffy Lube and figure out something else later on, it was, what can we do to make this product where we want to see it? Thanks to WrestlingInc.com for the quote." Mauro Ranallo issued an apology to fans over his NXT commentary from Wednesday night. Ranallo felt that his work was not up to par and said the following on Twitter: "Like me or loathe me, I pride myself on performing my job at the highest level possible. Tonight I failed. I know it will come across as an excuse to some, but the car accident and other personal issues affected me more than I thought. I apologize to NXT. I will be better." I want to send good vibes and well wishes out to Mauro Ranallo. And Mauro, man, you're my favorite commentator in professional wrestling today. You are the man. I love hearing the way that you get into it. Not a lot of commentators do that. Not a lot of commentators get into it and get excited like you do. A lot of them are bland. But you, man, you have a God-given gift. You really do. And I always love hearing you. So, Mauro, I hope you get to feeling better, man, because I want to hear some more Mamma Mia's. Stay strong, man. Still having a hard time believing that Mean Gene Okerlund passed away, on the 2nd day of January. Him being such a big influence on me and, influencing me to do what I'm doing right now. And I want to close out this week's episode of Jammin John's Wrestling News with this. In an interview with SportsIllustrated.com, Ric Flair commented on the death of Mean Gene Okerlund, and here are some highlights. On their friendship, Ric Flair said, "Friend would be too generic a term for us. We were more than friends. We were brothers. We were tied to each other for years. If I was going somewhere and I knew Gene Okerlund was there, I made sure I found him." On Okerlund's impact in wrestling, Ric Flair said, "In my opinion, Gene Okerlund added more entertainment to the business than anybody. Gene made our product better. You can be good at what you do, but Gene was so good that he made the people around him better. Gene brought that to every segment he was on for his entire career. It's hard to explain how much talent he had. Gene was entertainment ready, witty beyond belief, sophisticated, and I've never seen anybody else like him." And on his talent, Ric Flair said, "Gene just never missed. Even if a guy was struggling or a crowd wasn't connecting, Gene had the gift to make interviews work. He was a wonderful person. He loved his kids, he loved his wife, and he loved what he did for a living. I'm happy that the world is giving him his due recognition. I've been so depressed all day thinking about it. It's a huge loss. There will never, ever be another Gene Okerlund." That's 100% right. That is your news for Friday, January 4th, 2019. Check back here Monday for another Jammin John's Wrestling News Flash Briefing on Amazon Alexa devices, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and iTunes. Follow me on Twitter at John Caldwell, JONCOLWELL. Follow me on Instagram, The Jammin John. If you'd like to sponsor Jammin' John's Wrestling News, or your wrestling promotion wanting to get your next big event out, you can email me, jzcaldwell@gmail.com. That's jzcaldwell@gmail.com. Big shout out to Ryan Hurdle and Tony Nelson for subscribing to my Patreon. You too can subscribe to me by going to patreon.com/jamminjohn. I have free packages on there ranging from free to $7. Not a whole lot of money. I would really appreciate it if you supported me a little bit financially. Once again, that's patreon.com/jamminjohn. This is Jammin' John saying thanks, goodbye, and have a great weekend, everybody.